Hello and welcome to episode 567 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. Now, in today's episode, we're talking about, has this ever happened to you? You've been in a situation where somebody says, hey, what do you do? And you answer and you say, blah, 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 this is what I do. And then they repeat it back to you. Oh, so you do blah, blah, blah. Oh, so you're a da, da, da. So they summarize and repeat back what you do. Has that ever happened to you? Because if it has, it's actually a warning sign that you need a clear sales message. You're not actually being as clear as perhaps you could be, because by the very fact that somebody summarized it and repeated it back to you, they're looking for your approval. They're saying, look, this is what I've understood. Is that correct? I've gathered up all the clues you've given me, come to this conclusion. Is that correct? So if people repeat things back to you, summarize it, repeat it back to you, and you're selling to them, you're talking to them, there's a high chance that you're not being as clear or certainly not as concise as you could be. It's definitely something that you should look into. Remember, syllables are expensive, explanations are expensive. There's 1,000,001 different ways that we can cut down your messaging and use shorter, more articulate, concise ways of explaining what you do. But if people are repeating back to you what you've told them, it's a sign they're probably not understanding it straight away. And worse still, that's not going to happen online, is it? So if somebody's online and they don't understand what you do, they're not going to email you to say, I've been to your website and this is what I understand. They'll just ignore it and forget it. But I don't know what this guy does. Move on. This all comes back to the main maxim in my business, which is if they don't understand it, they can't buy it. If they don't understand it, they can't buy it. So look out for that. If people repeat back to you what you've told them when you're introducing yourself to them or you're selling to them, it's potentially a sign they don't understand what you're doing, and you probably need a clear sales message. But I would say that because I'm biased. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow, let's check my notes in episode 568. The problem with being too keen. The problem with being too keen. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. I'll explain all and why being keen actually isn't a very good thing at all in terms of sales and selling, but a particular type of keen. Anyway, I'll stop teasing you. I'll see you tomorrow for that episode. Thank you for listening and watching all the way to the end. If you haven't already, hop on over to LinkedIn. You'll find me there, James Newell, Clear Sales Message. Shoot me a DM. Let me know what you like about the podcast or any particular things you want me to cover in a future episode. I've had some really, really lovely messages recently from people that are literally like gone back to episode 1 and they're listening to episode 1 and all the way through because they're crazy. I don't know why you do that, but some really nice feedback. So it's always lovely to hear from listeners of or viewers of the Daily Sales Message. That's it for this one. I'll catch you tomorrow.